We're going to continue to work with fractions, and now we're actually going to do our arithmetic operations with them, which will ultimately involve multiplication, division, addition, and subtraction. But in this lesson, we're going to multiply only. Let me fix my pen. All right, now that'll work a little better. We have the rule. It says to multiply a fraction by a fraction, multiply the numerators, which are the tops, to get the new numerator. So 9 times 3 is 27. And multiply the denominators, which are the bottoms, to get the new denominator. 4 times 7 gives us 28. In this particular lesson, we will not end up having to simplify or reduce our answers. So we're just going to focus on multiplication. Let's look at our first one. It says to multiply. So I'm going to multiply 7 times 5 is 35, and 4 times 3 is 12. We are not going to need, some of you might be looking at that saying, well, that's an improper fraction because the top is bigger than the bottom, but we're going to leave the answer as it is and not worry about mixed numbers in this particular lesson. All right, now there's one other slight rule to look at, and it says when multiplying a fraction by a whole number, we first express the whole number in fraction notation. And by that, look right here, 6, if it needs to be a fraction, has to have a denominator, and 6 over 1 is the same as 6. So we put our whole numbers over 1. So here's an example, 6 times the fraction 4/5. We rewrite 6 as 6 over 1 and keep times our 4 over 5. Multiply the tops, 6 times 4. Multiply the bottoms, 1 times 5. And we get 24 over 5, leaving it in its improper form in this lesson. Let's look at number 2. We're going to rewrite the 3 as 3 over 1 times 2 over 7. We always have to have tops and bottoms on both fractions. 3 times 2 is 6. 1 times 7 is 7. And we are done. We've multiplied. Let's go ahead. You might see the times symbol for multiplication. Nothing changes. We multiply the tops. 1 times 3 is 3. We multiply the bottoms. 5 times 7 is 35. Next one. 2 times 1 is 2. And 3 times 5 is 15. So multiplying fractions is not a stressful activity. As a matter of fact, it's pretty easy. In the future, we will have some reducing, or we may have to worry about improper fractions, but not just yet. On number 5, I'm going to rewrite it so that I have 3 over 8 times 7 over 1. 3 times 7 is 21, and 8 times 1 is 8. In this lesson, I'm leaving it as what's called an improper fraction. Number 6, multiply the tops. 1 times 1 is 1. Multiply the bottoms. 8 times 3 is 24. So 1/8 times 1/3 is 1/24. Next one, I notice that I have a whole number, so I'll rewrite that as 13 over 1 and multiply it by 3 over 8. Multiply the tops. 3 times 13, if I need to, I go off to the side to do that. 3 times 3 is 9, 3 times 1 is 3, so I get a numerator of 39, and a denominator, 8 times 1 is 8. All right, just a little bit more. Number 8, I have 3 times 1. Not sure why that is showing up, but I guess we can just ignore it. 3 times 1 is 3, and 10 times 10 is 100. last few. I have 4/7 times 1 over 1. 4 times 1 is 4. 7 times 1 is 7. I could have just said 1 times anything is that quantity and gotten my 4/7. Finally, last one. Oops. I have 2 times 2 is 4, and 7 times 11 is 77. I could have gone off to the side if I needed to and multiply that to get my 77. So multiplying fractions when I don't need to reduce and I don't need to change to mixed numbers should not be a troublesome activity. I hope you have good luck with that assignment.